What the hell is happening, guys? Ep2 here. Hope you're all good out there. It's Monday evening. It's about 6:30 PM. Hope you're all good out there. I'm pretty damn good myself. All you Walking Dead fans, you know what time it is. It's time for my review of episode 2, The Well. The Well was a Carol-centric episode, with Morgan as well. It was provided a lot of relief after last week. There was some humour in there, but overall it was a bit of a feel-good episode, really. I thought the scenes at the beginning where Morgan wheels Carol in front of King Ezekiel and Shiva was some of the funniest shit you will see on television. When she says, should I call you Your Majesty? And when Jerry, the big bodyguard for Ezekiel, and they were saying the word well over and over again. It was some seriously funny shit, to be honest. The effects of Shiva, obviously we've been expecting King Ezekiel, the kingdom, and Shiva and all that kind of stuff. We've been expecting that this season. But the special effects for Shiva were pretty damn good. Considering you think a show like Game of Thrones spends $100 million per season on special effects and they can't afford to put direwolves in their show, then AMC ain't going to be able to spend that kind of money, are they? So for what they did, that was pretty damn good. And then you had the special effects at the start where Carol was tripping and seeing as the zombies were being walkers were being killed, she was seeing them as human beings. The special effects in this episode were pretty fucking good, to be fair. So yeah, fair play AMC, fair play the people that created this episode, because you did a really, really good job. The feel of the episode, it was, like I said at the beginning, it was and breathe. After the absolute carnage of Negan last week, it really was just a sit back, take a breath, let's have a Carol and Morgan centric episode, let's introduce this new settlement that Carol immediately... the actress that plays Carol is so fucking good. She's my favourite character in this show by a mile. Carol is just brilliant, and what can you say about Carol? She's amazing. I definitely would. I would love for her to be my missus. I mean, she'd protect you, wouldn't she? But you wouldn't be able to say anything wrong, otherwise she'd shank you, wouldn't she? So, but yeah, Carol's brilliant. Morgan is my second favourite character. So having these two in an episode together was just fantastic. Morgan is just brilliant, and when Ezekiel asks him to mentor the young lad, and he's showing him how to do Aikido and stuff, that's a really good scene. Morgan, he thought he'd found a way to live, and it turns out that that's not really the way to live. So he's just, as he says to the young lad, he's just kind of bumbling through life, and that's what everyone does, really. And Morgan's a really relatable character, as is Carol for all you women out there. But the way she puts on that persona of the sweet and innocent Carol, and then Ezekiel obviously calls her out on that shit at the end of it. We find out that Ezekiel he's nothing more than a zookeeper, but I love the way that he speaks Shakespeare, and just the way he talks to everyone in the episode is just really funny. And then all of a sudden he's just this standard American guy talking to Carol at the end. It's just, this episode was really, really good. It was nice to get away from the tension of Rick and stuff, and obviously the introduction of the kingdom is really a really integral part of the storyline going forward. So obviously we find out that Ezekiel is giving a lot of supplies to Negan and the Saviors, which I think pretty much they've got it locked. But he doesn't tell his people about this, and the kid says it's because he doesn't want the people to want to fight because they'll lose. Obviously, we're heading this season towards the Alexandrians and the kingdom maybe teaming up and going for Negan. But I think Negan's going to be the big bad for more than one season. I can see him potentially being a 2 or 3 season arc. So season 7, season 8, definitely, I think if Negan is killed before the end of this season, I think that's a massive, massive waste of a villain. They righted a lot of wrongs in this episode. First episode, really, really good, but it was just so brutal on so many levels that it was nice for the change of pace. Walking Dead does that a lot. You'll notice the longer storylines of the seasons aren't always fantastic, but the little mini episode story arcs that they tell are always blinding, and that was what today's episode was. It wasn't a play, there wasn't really much forward movement on the grander story arcs, if you like, but for the enclosed storyline, the story was told brilliantly. Carol's story and how she's now living just outside the kingdom. She finds out about Ezekiel, we find out about Shiva, we find out all this stuff with Negan, and we find out a little bit more about Morgan. So the way that the story is told in this episode is just, is really good, and it's something that The Walking Dead does really, really well. Yeah, that's all there is to say really about this episode. It was really, really good. It was a breath of fresh air after last week. I'm not sitting here a nervous wreck. I'm not sitting here like, oh my god, what the fuck just happened? Do you know what I mean? This episode, it was really enjoyable. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Shiva and Ezekiel. And let's have a little bit more of Rick and the crew next week, and let's see where we're headed. We're going to find out a bit more about Daryl, and obviously I said last week that we're going to see Daryl tortured and stuff. But yeah, Walking Dead episode 2, The Well, was a really, really good episode. I'm hyped for season 3. Season 7. Let's have it. This is El Stevo. Catch you later in the week for some more videos and stuff. There's more Walking Dead stuff on the channel. Have a look. There's loads of other content, so please subscribe. Let's have a chat in the comments. Like, share, all that jazz. This is El Stevo. Enjoy your evening, folks. Peace.